Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to say, Call Allah Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Racha HaKodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who taught us his truth and rule well, and shalom to the hopeful elect, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Racha HaKodash, Barakatam. It's the brother Kazat from the Meneval 12 West Coast, coming back at it again with another lesson. All right, and the title of this lesson is going to be, The Hour of Temptation Draws Closer. All right, and as you see, you have an article here. It's called the Salakia, the Karachma implants that let you pay with your hand. All right. Now, the word Karachma isn't written on the, title, but you got to use the codes. Otherwise, YouTube will take your video down and flag the account. All right. But you see the word that they use right there, and this has come out in BBC News. All right. So this is a major news platform that has came out with this recently, just a couple days ago, 11th of April, 2022. All right. So as you can see, okay, this is now being introduced, the notion of, putting, implanting a technology in you, all right, is being introduced to the general population. All right. Soon enough, you may have, I speak as a man, but hey, soon enough, you may have, major news stations that's going to talk about this, just to, what I'm saying, introduce that notion, because it's all about gradualism with these devils. All right. And the people, they're going to, some may have their opinions about it, the same way they had their opinions concerning the jab. Right. So all in all, that idea of taking something, receiving something from, the powers that be, which is this devil, in his power structure, with the different governments, isn't something that's outlandish. All right, because they already did it with the jab. Okay, taking something from the powers that be, if you will, and inserting it into your body. Right, they've already done that with the jab in the C-19. You know what I'm saying? Situation. Okay. So now, with the looming, situation that's gonna come, all right, with that situation in Russia, the Ukraine, the gas prices, all right, supply chain crisis. You know what I'm saying? It's all gonna lead, to the economic collapse. Okay, and that's really going to, come in with a new currency, right? And they're gonna implement the Karachma. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this article. Let me see. I'm gonna start here, okay? Because the other stuff is, miscellaneous. So it says, a Karachma was first implanted into a human back in 1998. All right, so this goes to show that, this device has been in the works for decades. And I believe it's, it dates further back than just 1998, man. All right. It says, but it is only during the past decade that the technology has been available commercially. All right. So now, they've been implementing it towards people that, willfully want to get it, but soon enough, this devil is going to make it so where if you want to, coexist in this society, all right, partake in this society, you have to get it, right? Otherwise, you won't be able to buy or sell. You won't be able to go to the store, you know what I'm saying, do certain things, right? So that's where everything is leading up to. That's why you had the situation with the jab and the C-19, create a crisis, supply a solution that's going to be very similar, to what they really want to do, right? And then see how the people react. And you have millions of people that lined up and took the jab. Why? For their convenience, to be able to have things go back to normal. So how much more an economic collapse? How much more supply chain crisis? Supplies, the basic necessities you need to eat, and live your life, right? Cleaning products, things of that nature, right? When that gets taken away, how much more are these people going to go and start what's it called, start, get themselves jabbed up. So like, get themselves, get themselves jabbed up, with the real, Karachma, so that could happen, so that they could, things could go back to normal for them, you know. So I'm gonna continue on reading. It says, and when it comes to implantable payment, Karax's British Polish firm Walletmore, so that's actually the what was it called, the one of the companies that came out with this. It's called Walletmore. It says that the last year it became the first company to offer them for sale. All right, the implant can be used to pay for a drink on the beach in Rio, which this is Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, right? A coffee in New York, a haircut in Paris, or at your local grocery store. And see, that's where, they throw that in there because they are targeting the masses. They are targeting, the average person. Hey, you could go on vacation, you could go all over the world, right? And that goes into, the precept we're gonna bring out, which brothers heard it a million times, and guess what? You're gonna hear it a million more times because your salvation depends on it. All right. So it says, founder of the chief executive, Paprada. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the first name. All right. It can be used wherever contactless payments are accepted. Walletmores are which weigh less than a gram and is a little bigger than a grain of rice, which is what we've been coming out for so many years, starting with the elders and apostles, great millstone on down, right? It, it's beautiful, prophecy manifesting. All right, but I digress. Continue on reading. It says, it is comprised of a tiny Karachma and an antenna encased in a biopolymer, a naturally sourced material similar to plastic. All right. So, in this article, it proceeds to break down, how it's used. All right. So let's go. Yeah, this is where we were. Hold on. Let me see. All right. So continuing on, it says Mr. Paprada, even the dude took his name out, adds that it is entirely safe, has regulatory approval, works immediately after being implanted, and will stay firmly in place. It also does not require a battery or other power source. That's strange. You know what I'm saying? What type of technology doesn't, require a battery or other power source, man? What is it going to run on? And I'm thinking about the jab, with the I forgot the name of the things, the micro, technology that they have, in there, you know. So these things tying together, man. It says the firm says that it has now sold more than 500 of the Karachmas, right? And Salaki Akim, being overly using this word, overly, but hey, got to play it safe, man. All right. And anyways, it says the technology Walletmore uses is near field communication, or NFC, the contactless payment system in the smartphones. It's like it's smartphones. All right. So that's where it's derived from. Okay. That little, you click your iPhone 2 times, click that power button 2 times, and then your credit card, pops up, right? That you have set up, all about that convenience. Okay. But soon this devil's going to turn it into a necessity. All right. It says other payment implants are based on radio frequency identification. You see, that's where, you know what I'm saying? That's where it's going to come in. All right. So, hey, man, that's where it's going to head to. All right. This is what we've been coming out with, that abbreviation, right? Which is similar technology typically found in physical contactless debit and credit cards. Okay. So, this is what they're coming out with. All right. Now, they're bringing it in as, as it's up to debate. They're trying to feel, this is what they do. They're trying to feel the reaction of the people. What do you think about this, right? And then guess what? Slowly but surely, they're going to come and they're going to convince the people, right? So don't be surprised if, a few weeks, maybe a few months down the line, your family members start talking about it, like, start voicing their opinions on it, whether they hear or forbear, if you will, on the subject, man. But at the end of the day, this devil's gonna, Salaki, hold on. See, that's Satan, man. But at the end of the day, this devil's gonna turn it into a necessity. See? Satan hindering. It's just me tapping on the phone. But damn, man, them ads don't gotta be that sensitive, man. you know. And then you have on the second half, the article I was, just skimming through, and you have people that present a opposition towards this subject. You know what I'm saying? But hey, at the end of the day, man, it's all to, test out the reaction of the people. All right, that's what they're coming out with. So they're barely, I don't want to say they're barely, but they're coming in with this, man. All right, that our temptation draws near. Okay, so let's go with the precept, the book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 16. And it reads, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their foreheads or in their right hand." To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right, read that mixed, inverted it. All right, verse 17. "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." Okay, so right there, all right, that's the key point. Okay, the key characteristic of the Karachma, that no man is going to buy or sell. All right, and guess what? What is this? The Karachma implant that lets you pay with your hand. Right, so right there is already two characteristics of the mark, man. All right, so like, yeah, man, of, you know what I'm saying, the Karaks, man. Okay, which I already said mark, you know what I mean, but yeah, Salakiakim. All right, so it says that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. All right, this is the reality, man. All right, and all you Akim out there, you know what I'm saying, that watches, IUIC, ISUPK, and any group that does not teach that the MOTB is not this, okay, is not the Karagma, the chip. All right, guess what? You're gonna be destroyed, man, if you don't stop listening to them, man. Okay, because if you listen to them and you take that, that's your ass. All right, this is deadly serious, man. Deadly, deadly serious. Scriptures say the blind lead the blind and they fall into a ditch. That's the main reason why the Spirit is on the elders and apostles' great millstone, to push this as much as we can. Because you got groups out there that's telling people it's okay to take it, man. And that is completely wicked. Completely wicked, man. It's going to be a special type of judgment for those people, knowing what, whether they, you got some that knowingly do it, man. Complete sellouts, man. It's going to be a special type of judgment. You know what I mean? But this is just as a warning, to stop following those groups, and definitely do not take the MOTB, man. All right, the Karagma. Definitely don't take that. Because if you do, you're going to be destroyed. As we're getting ready to read here. Book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 9. "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb." You see? That's what's going to happen, man. All right? That's what's going to happen. You're going to be hit with that ICBM thermonuclear missile, man. The second death. That's what's going to happen. All right? And just to, further edification, I forgot about bringing out, going into the Greek, with the mark, right? The Greek word, it's for the new sheep, the new ones coming in. All right, let me just click on it. See, it doesn't want to let me click on it for some reason. There we go. All right, it's just loading up. All right, so you have the word of Karachma. That's where the word mark is derived from in the Greek, Karachma. All right, what's the definition? A stamp, an imprinted mark of a mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the anti-Hamashiach, right? And ultimately, this is a more broad definition, if you will. Okay, a stamp, an imprinted mark. Like, what is this devil gonna, brand you with a tattoo? Or, people will come out and come out with these, different doctrines, different notions, different ideas. What is he gonna do? It's up to speculation because of how broad the definition is, which they do that on purpose. Okay, they don't want you to know the narrow, the nitty gritty of it. Which we're gonna show you through the spirit, the nitty gritty. All right, it's the root word of Karachma. What is it? Karax. All right, and it says right there, a pale or a stake, a palisade. All right, pales between which earth, stones, trees, and timbers are kept and packed together. All right, so let's keep on going. Let me see. All right, Strong's definition, karax, from karasso, to sharpen to a point. Right, so something sharp. A stake. Right. Let's look up a steak. What is a steak? All right, not the steak you put on the barbecue now. All right, a steak. What is that? Let me see. Definition. Okay. A strong wooden or metal post with a point at one end driven into the ground to support a tree. Right? So this is the definition of it. Right? So now we're starting to see that the root word of karagma, which is used in Mark, all right, is karax, which goes into something sharp, something that has a point designed to puncture, right? Because that's what a stake does, is it punctures. You know what I'm saying? It punctures into the earth, and whatever it's supposed to puncture, it punctures. All right. Now in this case, it's the chip. All right, that's going to be used. So like, yeah, still, doing a lesson on that. Wasn't still doing a lesson on that. Just finished doing a lesson on that. But in this case, all right, digressing. In this case, it punctures into your hand. All right. The Lord willing, this devil doesn't take my video down, for saying the word chip. Okay, but hey, man, you know what I'm saying? This is what it is, man. All right, that's the nitty gritty of it. All right, that's the root word, karax, the root word of karagma. All right, which is the word for mark that you could see here in Revelations 14 that tells you the punishment of what happens if you take it, man. All right, so, hey, the trumpet has been blown, man. Okay, the trumpet has been blown, man. All right, the hour of temptation draws nigh. So with that, I'm going to say, Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Racha HaKodash. Forgive me the spirit to do this lesson. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. All right, with that, I'm going to say, Shalom. On to the next.